Hey guys, hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we'll look at how to install Pycham. So let's open a tab or a new browser, write in Pycham here. If you see, the first link is Pycham of jetbrains.com, the only Python IDE you need. Just click on that link. It opens something like this. Okay, maybe I'll close it. Now, what is Pycham? Before we install, let's understand what it is. Now, Pycham is an IDE. If you see here, it's written as well. It is a Python IDE. Now, what's an IDE? IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. Integrated development environment. Now, what is this environment? This environment, as the name suggests, it is to develop softwares or develop application or develop programs. All right. Now, for example, if you want to create slides, what you're going to do? You will basically open a PowerPoint presentation. If you want to create some documentations, what you will do? You will open a MS Doc or some documentation application for that matter, or a notepad if you only have to write some text content. If you want to watch some videos, you will basically open some video related application like VLC viewer or something else. Similarly, when we have to write some programs, we need an IDE, right? Integrated Development Environment, wherein it provides all the features and all the editor. It's kind of an editor that it gives us, wherein we can write our programs, run our programs, manage our programs, get the output, and basically if we get some errors, we can change the program and rewrite, keep on creating projects under that, writing program files under it, and so on and so forth. Basically an end-to-end software or an environment for our development purpose. All right, that is what Pycham is. Is Pycham the only IDE that is there in the market? No, there are a lot of them. Visual Studio Code, there is Eclipse, there is Atom, right? There are a lot of them, but we're going to use Pycham for this course because, as they claim, right, the only Python IDE you need. So let's try that, right? If you are already using some IDE, and if you want to use any other IDE like Visual Studio Code, you can go ahead and do that. There's no restriction to it, but here we'll be using Pycham and we'll be seeing how to install it. All right, let's dive into it. So if you see this, it gives some information about it, what it is and everything. You can simply scroll a bit down and see and click on download. When you see it, it says free forever, right? And 1+ Pro included. Okay, let's see what it is. First click on this download button. When you do that, again it opens a new page for you, and it says Pycham unified product, the only Python IDE you need. You can click on download here. But before that, if you scroll down a bit, it says it is something called a unified product. All users now automatically start with a free 1-month pro trial. Now, what is pro trial? And earlier it used to be some kind of a professional version. Okay, so there were majorly two versions of Pycham: professional and community. Community is basically still they are offering, but now what they have done is they have combined community and professional together, and they are calling it now unified Pycham, wherein you get community plus you get the professional version free 1 month pro trial with it. Right after that, you might have to pay if you want to continue with the pro features. Otherwise, if you don't pay, you will be continuing. You will be getting the features of the community version. So if you want, you can go for the unified product. I'll do install not the unified product but the community edition for Pycham. So what you can do, you can simply click on download. It will auto detect again which version of or which operating system you have. All right, and as you click, it says thank you for downloading Pycham. It will basically download Pycham as an exe file in your system. It might take few seconds or few minutes to download in the system. We'll wait for that and then we will continue. So after it gets downloaded, you will see that it is completed. PyCharm Community Edition, you can go to your file explorer and open it from the downloads folder, or you can simply click here. It will open the setup page for us. Let's wait. Yeah, it verifies the installer. Basically, it takes some seconds to set up, give the setup page to us. Okay. So this is the setup page. Welcome to Pycham Community Edition. Click next to continue. We'll click on next. Choose the location. We'll not worry about this. We'll keep the default location as it is. If you want, you can basically browse and choose your location of your choice. I'll keep it as it is. I'll click on next. There are some installation options that it is asking to configure your Pycham Community Edition installation. It says if you want some creates a desktop shortcut. I'll check on that. Update context menu. Add the folder as a project. Yes, I would like to have that. Create associations. Basically .py file should be there as a Python file name, so I would select that as well. Update path variable. Add bin folder to the path. This also I would need. So I'll select everything in this page. The last option needs a restart after the installation, restart of your laptop basically. So we'll do that. After selecting all of them, click on next and choose start menu folder. So this basically is the folder name in the start menu, that how it will look like, or what it will be called as. It will be called as JetBrains. If you want to call it as Pycham or just JetBrains or JetBrains Pycham, just change the name here and have it as it is, as you want. I'll keep it as what it is and I'll click on install. So again, it will take some seconds or minutes to get it installed. We'll wait for that. So after it gets installed, you will see this message over here that completing Pycham Community Edition setup, and it will ask to reboot now, or I want to manually reboot later. We'll choose the second option. I want to manually reboot later and click on finish. So Pycham installation has been completed on the system. Now to verify and to see how it looks like, we'll go to the search bar again, type in Pycham, or if you have clicked on installation on the desktop as a desktop icon, you can go to the desktop and click there as well. I'll open from here and it will just get open in a few seconds. Okay, so community 2025.1, this is what it says. And this is what it opens. Welcome to Pycham, and it has a few options. Let me maximize it. It says projects, customize. So this basically customize your appearance, your ID font, your language, and so on and so forth. For example, if you want to have a light background, right, instead of a dark background, you can click on that and to become a light background, a white background, right? Here also you can choose what kind of background you want to choose, right, those things. Then we have certain plugins here, right? If you need any plugins to be installed with Pycham, you can do that. Right now we won't need anything. If needed, we'll look at it later. Then there is a tab called Learn, wherein you can get some resources to basically understand about Pycham, some kind of learning the features of the IDE and stuff like that, right? If you see, there is a learn to program option also is there, enable access, and you can learn programming from there as well, free resources. Click on projects again, and again you see there are few options called new script, new project, open. Using this open, you can open an existing project if you have. You can clone repository and stuff like that. We can basically first of all create a new project. Click on the plus button, and it takes us to this specific page wherein it says the location of the project. You can change the location if you want to. All right, Pycham projects, then Python project. If you want to change the Python project name to something else, or you want to change this folder itself, you can change that as well. I'll keep it as it is. Or let's change this Python project to my_project. Okay, and we'll not check anything here. Then interpreter type, it's pre-selected as project env. Basically, you can click on custom environment as well. We're not gonna use that. We'll be simply using this project venv. What this does is basically creates a virtual environment. Okay, and it basically would need a Python version. So if you see, it's auto selected 3.13 because we had installed Python in our systems already. And if you click on that, there's a drop down to actually, if there is no Python installed on your laptop, you'll see these options over there, wherein you can choose to download and install a version from here itself, right? We have already done that, so it is showing that version also here. So we'll choose that itself, we'll not download anything, and basically we'll click on create on the bottom right corner. As soon as we do that, it basically creates the project for us, and it will load here in a bit. Yeah, so my_project is the project name that I created, the folder name. All right, and this is the basically the folder, right? And if you see, it says basically no files would be there inside it right now. The venv file will be there, but other than that, no files are there, right? So here is where we can create our Python files and start to write Python programs in that file, right? So I'll give you one example over there. So we'll click on my project, right click on that, and there is an option called new, and I'll click on Python file. Let's say I'll say code.py. So py is the extension of the Python program, right? You can click, write code.py. Py is the Python file extension. You can press enter, and automatically on the right side you will get a editor open. See, there is a editor opened, and the file is also created in that. In this file we can write Python programs that we're gonna see later. Okay, so what we did in this video, we installed Pycham, we created a virtual environment, we created a project, and we created a file under that project, basically a Python file to be specific under that project. So going forward in the initial videos, we will be looking at the IDE, the idle IDE, not the Pycham IDE to start with, and then after few initial videos we'll come back to Pycham and use Pycham for our writing programs and other things. That's all for this video. Thank you.